My name is Leela and welcome to my kitchen. So the Moon Festival is on Sunday, September 30th, and today I'm going to show how to make moon cakes. Now these are the traditional Cantonese moon cakes, which are baked and have a golden brown skin. I'm going to be using my homemade lotus paste to fill them. And you want to start making these about 3 days or so before you want to eat them because they need to sit for a while to let the skin soften. Now let's go ahead and get started. Now for the dough, there are just 4 ingredients. The first is lye water, also called potassium bicarbonate and sodium bicarbonate solution. This can be found in most Chinese grocery stores. Next is golden syrup. Now I found this in a baking aisle at Earth Fare, and I think most larger grocery stores sell this as well. Then some all-purpose flour and peanut oil. Now in a large bowl, I'm mixing together a half a cup of the golden syrup, a third of a cup of peanut oil, and a teaspoon of lye water. And I'm just going to use a whisk and mix this until it's combined. This takes about 3 minutes. Once it's mixed, I'm going to add 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add this a little at a time while constantly stirring. When this becomes thick, like this, take out the whisk and fold in the rest of the flour using a spoon. Then, just knead it for about 30 seconds. Then we can cover it and let it sit for 4 hours or longer at room temperature. I actually let this one sit overnight. After it sits, remove the plastic and it'll look like this. Now what you want to do is find out how much dough and filling your mooncake mold holds and how thick or thin you want the skin to be. This is the mold that I'll be using, and I figured this out a long time ago, mainly by trial and error. This mold holds about 60 grams. Now we have to do this by weight instead of by US volume measurements because we're going to weigh out both the dough and the filling so that everything is even. So for the dough, I'm going to weigh out 15-gram balls like this. Once they are done, you want to just set them aside at room temperature. Now for the filling, I'm using my homemade lotus paste. Now you want to make sure this is cold because it helps when rolling this into balls. Now just like the dough, I'm weighing this out, and here I'm using 45 grams of lotus paste for each ball. Once they're rolled out, I'm just going to place them on a plate and let them come to room temperature. Next, we're just going to place the filling inside the ball of dough. Make sure these are both at room temperature. It will make this a whole lot easier. Put the dough ball into a flat circle. And as you can see, this stretches kind of like pizza dough. Then I'm going to place the filling in the center like this and just press the filling while pulling the dough up and around the ball like this. While doing this, keep in mind that you want the skin to be even around the filling, though you will have a little seam on the bottom. Then, just roll it into a ball like this. Now you want to do this for all of the dough and filling balls. Next, lightly grease a baking sheet. Now we can mold the moon cakes. The first thing I want to do is just flour the ball, and I want to flour it very lightly, so I'm going to dust it off until there's hardly any flour, but it doesn't stick to your hands. Then I'm going to press it firmly into my mooncake mold. Now just make sure that you press this in with the seam side up. Now to remove it, I'm just going to tap it so that the edge pulls away from the mold. I'm going to do this on each of the sides like this. And you can see it's pulled away from the mold. So now I'm going to turn it around to the other side and just bang it like this. And as you can see, all the edges are starting to pull away, just right up here. And I'm going to bang it again. And then I'm going to bang the bottom. And I don't know if you can see where the edges are in this video. There you go, like this. And now I'm going to bang the top. And I can just push this a little with my finger just to give it a little help. And once all of the edges are separated, I can just flip it over and bang out the mooncake. It's a bit hard to see, but there you have your mooncake. And I'm just going to take these and place them on the baking sheet. Now for the egg wash, I'm just beating 1 small egg, and I'm going to add just a little bit of water. Now when the oven preheats, place the cakes on the top rack and bake them for 5 minutes. Then after 5 minutes, remove them and brush them with a little egg wash. Make sure to do this very gently as to not mess up the design. Then place them back in the oven for another 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, baste them with the egg wash again and cook them another 5 minutes. Then you can remove them from the oven and place them on a plate. Now these need to sit for a couple days for the skin to soften. So I'm just going to cover them with plastic wrap and let them sit at room temperature. Then after a few days, you can remove them and serve. Enjoy! For complete ingredients and instructions, click the link below. Thank you for watching!